The night she knocked on my door and told me my husband sold my voice for wealth, I thought it was madness, until I tried to speak and nothing came out. But the truth is, the story didn't begin that night. It began the day my husband came home with money we could not explain. We had been struggling for years, rent overdue, food measured, dreams postponed. So when he smiled and said everything would change, I wanted to believe him. He didn't tell me where the money came from, and I didn't ask. Because sometimes, when life finally gives you a miracle, you're afraid to question it. Days turned into weeks. The money kept coming. New furniture, better food, a life we had only imagined. But something in my chest never settled. It was small things at first. He would step outside to take calls, whispered conversations that stopped the moment I walked in. I told myself it was business, something new he was trying to build, something that would finally lift us out of struggle. Almost. But then, my voice began to change. It started as a small thing, a slight dryness in my throat, a weakness I couldn't explain. I told myself it was stress, or maybe the weather, or the long days. I told myself many things, but every morning my voice felt weaker, softer, as if something unseen was slowly taking pieces of it away without asking. And my husband, he noticed, but he never asked what was wrong. He only watched me, quietly. Sometimes I would catch him smiling, not at me, but at something only he seemed to understand. Then, one night, there was a knock at the door. Not loud, not urgent, just patient, like whoever stood outside knew I would come. And when I opened it, she was standing there, smiling like she already knew me. She didn't greet me, she didn't ask for anything, she just stood there, looking at my face like she was confirming something. I tried to ask who she was, but my voice came out wrong, thin, weak, almost like it didn't belong to me anymore. That's when she smiled and said something I will never forget. "Your husband has already been paid," she said softly. "Now I've come to collect what belongs to us." I didn't understand. I shook my head, tried to laugh it off, but deep down, something inside me already knew. "What do you mean?" I asked, but even as I spoke, my voice faded again, like it was being pulled away from me. She tilted her head slightly, almost like she pitied me. "You weren't supposed to notice this early," she said. My heart dropped. I turned slowly, looking for my husband, but he wasn't in the room anymore. He had been there just moments before, sitting, watching. Now, gone. "You should sit," the woman said gently. "This part is easier when you're not standing." I didn't move. My body refused, because something inside me finally understood this wasn't a misunderstanding. "What did he do?" I asked, forcing the words out, forcing what little voice I had left. The woman stepped closer, just one step, and the air in the room felt heavier. "He made a trade, a very simple one, wealth in exchange for something of yours." My chest tightened, because somehow I already knew what she was about to say next. "Your voice," she said quietly. "That's what he gave us." The words didn't make sense at first. They just hung in the air, heavy and impossible. My voice? That didn't even sound real. How could someone take something like that? But then I remembered. The mornings, the weakness, the way my words had started slipping away from me. It wasn't stress, it wasn't the weather, it wasn't anything natural at all. "No," I whispered, or at least I tried to. The woman watched me carefully, like she was waiting for me to accept it. "It's already happening," she said. "You felt it. Every morning, every word that doesn't come out the same. He signed it willingly. There was no force, no trick." My knees felt weak, because that meant he knew exactly what he was doing. "Why?" I forced out. One word, but it took everything I had left. For the first time, the woman hesitated. Then she exhaled slowly, like she had answered this question many times before. "Because he was tired of being small, and your voice was worth more than you think." And in that moment, I realized something worse than fear. I realized I was running out of time. I needed to act fast. Every second felt stolen from me. I thought of my husband, of the choices he made, and the cost I would pay. The midnight visitor smiled faintly, as if she knew the weight of my thoughts. I had no time to lose. I grabbed the only thing I could, my voice, or what remained of it. "You cannot have it," I whispered, though the words barely left my lips. The visitor stepped closer. Her presence was heavier now. The air felt colder. I felt my strength faltering. This was bigger than me, bigger than him. She whispered something I barely understood, a promise or a threat. And then I understood. My voice was never mine alone, and now I had to fight to take it back. The night was long, the visitor silent, but I was ready. I would not let my voice, my life, slip away quietly.